Structs in Elixir are specialized maps with a fixed set of keys and default values. They are defined within a module and provide a way to bundle related data together. Unlike regular maps, structs enforce a specific set of keys and support default values. And this makes them ideal for creating and working well-defined data structures. This allows for more organized and error-resistant code, especially when dealing with complex data that needs a clear and consistent format. Structs are often used to represent entities and their attributes within an application, offering a clear and structured way to manage data. Let's just go ahead and open up our terminal and CD into our ShoppingCart app, which is desktop and ShoppingCart for me. And then let's go ahead and just start up our Elixir shell. So IEX space dash capital S space mix. And then let's also open up Visual Studio Code. Structs are important for complicated data. And in our case, our map for inventory or, our product is getting pretty complicated. Like in my last video, I was making key typos with quantity. So when you create a struct, it prevents that from happening. So let's go ahead and create a struct for our product. And that will make us, we can, set default values and have a set order of keys for our struct. So let's right click our lib directory and hit new file. And we're going to call this product.ex, create our def module, product. And now to define a struct, you just say def struct. And then we put in our fields. So we're going to put these in square brackets because we're going to have some default values as well. Now you just put in the keys that are required to create a product struct, okay? So we have our name, comma, we have our price of that item, and then we have our quantity, and I'm going to set a default value to 0. So the only thing that will be required to create a product struct is going to be the name and the price. And then our reorder level will be 10. And then our reorder amount will be 20. So by default, creating a product struct now will only require us to pass in a name and a price. So if we save this and pull up our terminal again and hit recompile, all right, now we have our product struct, okay? And how we can do that, how we can use that is create a map. So we have our percentage and our curly braces, right? But if we put product right here, and all I have to do now is pass in a name, and we'll call it Apple. And then we also have to pass in a price, and we'll call this $276. And when I hit enter, it's going to give back all of the items that also have default values. So I made the apple, I set the price, our quantity is 0, our reorder level is 10 and 20. So we have default values using our product. So you can probably already see the power of defining structs instead of just having maps, because maps are all over the place. There's no structure to them, and you can easily have typos on the keys and other things like that. So now how can we refactor our code to take advantage of using our product struct? One place we can start doing that is if we go to our inventory manager, we can do things like right here, when we're finding a product, we can make sure that it is a product struct by just putting product here. And doing that makes us have to pass in a product struct, or it will throw an error. And then same here for update product. If we put product here instead of just having a map, it'll be the same thing. And then all we have to do is from our shopping cart then, to make sure that we're using these properly, we want to, so like right here, we're getting a product back from get product, okay? But we want to make sure that it's the product struct, so we can use pattern matching for that, and we can do product opening, closing curly braces equals that. So our product returned from get product needs to be following our product struct protocol. This actually, it adds safety to our code, and it will make everything more robust and less error prone using structs in our code.
Hi, I'm Jacob. My YouTube channel and podcast reach thousands of engaged Elixir developers every month. If you're looking to promote your developer tools, services, or job opportunities to a focused audience of Elixir professionals, head to elixirmentor.com and let's discuss sponsorship options.
When we save this, go back to our terminal and recompile this. All right, so like we did in the past, let's create our inventory list. And I'm going to just space down so it's readable. Now, if we just do, name, Apple, price, 276, and then we have our quantity, 5, and then our reorder level, 10, and then our reorder amount of 20, close that map, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this so we can make a second map a little quicker. I'm going to return down for readability, and we'll just close this off so I can hit enter right after we're done. But our second inventory product, we'll make it an orange again, and we'll make it 296 so it's different. And our quantity will be, 10. And so when I hit enter, we have our inventory list that we're used to, right? So now if I go ahead and call ShoppingCart dot add item, and we pass in our cart, which is an empty list, the item we want to add is an apple, and then how many, we'll do 3 again. And then we have to pass in our inventory. Now, when I hit enter here, product not found. So what happened here? We passed in a list of maps. A list of maps is not equal to a list of product structs. Okay, so when I created these, all you see is, maps being entered here. And so when we're pattern matching, so we're adding our item, we get our product, and we're getting back a nil. So product not found. If we go to our inventory manager and we look at our find product, it is looking for a product struct. And so we are going through and iterating and iterating and iterating, and we're not finding anything. It's coming back as nil. Okay. And that is good. We want that, right? So how do we fix this? How do we work with this? Is when we're creating our inventory here, when we enter our first map, we need to add our product struct to the front of it and then open up our curly braces, and we need to have our name. So we're going to have an apple here. We need our price, which is 276, and we need our quantity, and we're going to have 5. And the other values we don't even need to add because the default's already there, and I'm happy with the reorder level of 10 and reorder amount of 20, but quantity 0 isn't going to work for us, so I'm going to add 5. And then let's go ahead and add our inventory. I accidentally didn't have a space after our quantity tag. And then let's add our second item here. And so we're going to do percent our product. It's a product struct name, and this is going to be an orange, and our price is going to be 296, and then our quantity is going to be 10, and then we can close that curly brace and close our square bracket so we have our inventory list. And now when I hit enter, see, okay, so product not found, I have a typo, struggling here. I'm just going to re-enter. So our product apple, and then our product orange, but we can't have it prod cut. It needs to actually say product. So, okay, so now when I hit enter, we get our product, we get our inventory list back with product structs. So all the values that we expect are in there, which is really cool. So now when we do ShoppingCart.addItem, we can pass in our cart, which is an empty array or an empty list. And then we pass in what we want. We want apples and we want 3 of them. And then we pass in our inventory list. And so now when I hit enter, everything will work as it did before. All right, so we get our cart back with 3 apples, and our inventory now for apples is adjusted to 2. So we added a little bit of safety to our maps, and it doesn't allow typos. It makes sure all the keys and values that are expected to be there are always there. This video emphasized the importance of using structs over regular maps for better organization and error resistance in code. Structs are specialized maps with fixed keys and default values, as you saw here, and this just ensures data consistency and structure, making it ideal for representing entities and managing complex, well-defined data structures within an application. So I hope you see the power with using structs, and just like cleaning code, like having cleaner code and less error-prone code is so important. So go ahead, play around with this, check it out, and I will see you in the next video.